from boost for mobile devices to phone casting to testing. And you know, most of them are bloggers already. So we go to micro blogging. The next question. Now what? It's a step by step. Now what? We have to demonstrate and apply creative, personalized projects, especially when it comes to presentation. Oh, great. Let's have an experiential engagement of photo sharing of real life experiences and observation. Let us also move to video sharing of real life experiences and observation. What of testing interviews? Landmark is doing that like seriously. What of communication? Then we move, when we get to the class, what do we use? You know, to make use of smart boards. Smart boards are introduced where teachers can drag and drop shapes, bring in online calculators on the board, measure with AR tools, and voice out the text they want to see on the board. And so the first picture there is showing the commissioning of Landmark University interactive screen. 36 of such has been installed in the university. And the second picture is showing the director, Center for Information and Services, DCSIS of Landmark University, who is here with us on this platform. In case there are questions I will not be able to answer. So I've cleverly asked him to join us. So when the time comes, we also have opportunity to speak. And prior to that time of installing this is what we used to have in our board, which is also a digital device. But for now, this is what the Vice Chancellor is using to make this presentation. What are we saying? Apart from these 36, we have 5 other bigger ones for our lecture theater. Landmark University is ready for digital transformation. This can make students pay more attention as we are now in the digital era where Google is our go-to place and Africa can never be an extension. Transformation of teaching method. Now that we have smart class, now that we have smart board, then let us now look at the methodology. Schools are slowly looking at technologies as an opportunity to develop teaching methods and resonate with students on a technology level, regardless of any age. Almost everyone wants to own a smartphone. And so, at a time like this, learning to change our teaching method by incorporating technology is the only way to bring light to the life of. But you know, we cannot do.
Please unmute yourself, Prof. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Next, I was trying to say that we cannot do all of this without enough bandwidth. And so from 2009 to date, the Africa's international bandwidth and the terrestrial network have been increasing tremendously with a tendency of transforming learning when adequately utilized.
What?
Africa's total inventory of Africa's total inventory of operational fiber optic network reached the milestone of 1 million kilometers in 2017, increasing the number of people living within the reach of a fiber optic node in sub-Saharan Africa to 584 million people, reaching 10.962 terabits per second in 2018. That of 2019 and 2020 are still on. And you can check this through this link. And so what are we saying? You either get your bandwidth through optic fiber or you go the way of microwave. And so this graph is showing that the one in red is microwave that are operational in Africa against microwave that was planned. We also look at the yellow area. You can see that we are doing well. Fiber operational. The one in light red is fiber under construction. Meanwhile, we have fiber plan and the fiber that is being proposed. Having gotten our technology, the methodology, what are the learning platforms that we have? It is obvious that growing internet access open up opportunity for new learning platforms, such as massive, open online course that can take almost 100,000 students in just one platform. Anyone, anywhere can register for these courses. Coursework is delivered entirely over the internet. MOOCs, as it's been called, are very similar to most online college courses. You can also use mobile learning. And of course, we have virtual learning community. Internet facilities offer platform for virtual interactions in form of e-learning, e-class, e-conferencing. And as you can see in Landmark University, we are doing e-administration. For example, the meeting here is by the farms stakeholders. We have the teaching and research farm manager, Mr. Vice Chancellor himself, PA to PC, and of course, our chief internal auditor, the registrar of the university, the farm manager, commercial farm, and the head, Landmark Development Venture. Of course, the director of financial services and the director of physical planning. All of this, we don't need to see ourselves. Right there from our individual offices. And so, while men out there, they are saying it's a casting down. For us in our university, it's a lifting up. Lockdown, lifting up. Some people are locked down, some people are being lifted up. All of these are being done through several applications such as we are doing now. Zoom, learning management system, course management system, and of course, Skype. Now, let us go to the practical aspect. At the onset, when our students were sent home, the thinking is, can we really conduct online teaching? And here we are today, SAS and MA. The university has done that for 12 going to 13 weeks. And so on this graph, we have been able to extract results for week 3 to week 11. This week, they are already doing revision. And then we are just signed an MOU with an e-learning platform, a new LMS called Classera, following the exploit of our sister university, Covenant University, that is using Coursera. So we are going Classera to conduct our exam. But you will see here that in the analog university, you need to have 70% attendance. That's NUC recommendation. As you can see from this graph, the range, the average attendance hovers between 80 and 70. That means the average student in Landmark University using the final year and data are qualified to write the exam. We have the weekly average and we have the linear average. This was presented to us, you look at this yellow box, by our Director, Academic Planning, Professor Adeyemi. So, Landmark has been transformed digitally when it comes to e-learning. Let us quickly look at our mode of lecture delivery. You will see here that we have about 10 of them. voice note, practical, assignment, class discussion, quiz, video, lecture notes, question and answer, test, chat, and webinar. All these are platforms that we have made use of. But since this summit is not just meant for Nigerians alone, there are people joining us from international community. So I've been able to lay my hand on a university from the Francophone, and that is Gaston Berger University, where their own mode of lecture delivery include email, Google Classroom, Google Doc, Google Hangout Meet, GoToMeeting, Moodle, which we are also using, Skype, Turnitin, we are also using, WebEx, WhatsApp, but instead of WhatsApp, we are using Telegram, YouTube, and of course, Zoom that all of us are used to, even though it is very costly. You can see that the university was established in 1996. These are the younger generation of university. They are already digitalized. Now, having done all of this, we can now go into serious interactive learning. But we are not there yet, but we have to go step by step. We have what is called the AR, the augmented reality, that is being used especially by engineering and the sciences, where you have hidden components and that can magnify it, or in our own parlance, scale the drawing up for good visibility. We also know about virtual reality. Even though it's not real, it is virtual, you can make it real. The latest of them all, which I fell in love with, is a virtual presence, where a student does not necessarily have to be in class, and yet you'll be feeling the presence because a machine has been taken to her place in the class, even though she may be in the hospital, maybe challenged or the other. While writing the exam, the invigilator and the student around can feel her presence. So we are saying the latest of them also is virtual surgery, where surgery can be performed on individual without that individual appearing, without the doctor having direct contact. We are going places. So with e-content, students enjoy the learning process, seeing that it's a fun, which helps to achieve retention. So we soon round up. Mobile phones and ICT, we are just making use of communication platform, especially from those in business profession. You can see public relation and publicity, direct and indirect marketing, word of mouth marketing, personal selling. They reduce the cost of access and as a result have become popular with users. And so we have support learning devices like voice over internet protocol. Then we have mobile phones that hold out enormous promise as the single ICT most likely to deliver education in Africa. Access and reach. Most of them now have laptop, notebook, and iPad. And we can have shared use of these devices also to provide opportunity for lowering costs, for increasing access and reach, and for reducing infrastructure and research burden in terms of support and maintenance. Finally, we talk of open educational resources, which most of our presenters have talked about. I'll just give an example of such. We have courses like MIT OpenCourseware, Open Textbook. The links are all here. Documents, streaming of video, photo, podcast, learning objects. All of these we are saying that OER on a lighter mood. Own it, embrace it, and run with it. Open education resource has emerged as a concept with great potential to support educational transformation, and recent years have seen a very considerable increase in the creation and use of OER material. Converting book to PDF. The link is there. Sending student notes, references, and other information in PDF format that can be easily accessed on laptop, phone, and tab is a good way to encourage them to choose to study better. Finally, on the teaching tripodal mandate, encouraging online tests. Landmark University has done our online mock test. Next week, we are having training of for our faculty on online tests, and the upper week, the student will be going fully to online test. So it is here to stay with us. All that I've been saying has been in terms of students, but do you know that our faculty and staff can also be digitally transformed? Gone are the days when you just send email and you just type Olanyeju Adeniyi and that is all. No, a digital transformed faculty, lecturer, or staff should have a personalized email signature. Professor Adeniyi Olanyeju, Professor of Agricultural Mechanization. Not because we want to be proud. It's not about title, but it's because you are packaging yourself, you are marketing yourself, you are driving your visibility. So nobody can miss it that Olanyeju is a UI by far. BSc, MSc, PhD, Ibadan. Is a fellow of the Nigeria Institution of Agricultural Engineers. The fellows are in the house, my senior colleague. Of course, by virtue of being a vice chancellor, he's now a fellow, Institute of Management Consultant. He's first of all an engineer before becoming an agricultural engineer. And since an agri cannot run away from food, he's a member of Institute of Food Science and Technology. Of course, he has to go international, member American Society of Agric Engineers. And he cannot do all of this if he's not a registered engineer by current. But do you know this is what I'm just telling you? What if I'm telling lie? There is need for people to also ascertain whether I'm telling true or not. And so there must be web links. This is digital transformation. We are going beyond analog. And so you have platforms like Scopus, where you have international publication. And if that is too high a ranking, then you go the way of Google Scholar. And if that one is too big for you too, go the way of ResearchGate. And do you know what? Just like students have their matriculation number, and staff like mine, this is mine, ID card. Internationally, when it comes to publication, you have your open resource citation index ID. And so with this, anybody can know your stand, your status in international publication. We should be able to say, how many numbers do you have? You don't have to Google anything. If I send a mail to you now, you can really psyche me. You can really tell whether I'm doing well or not in the area of publication, how many of them are cited. That will lead to what is called the high impact factor. It will also lead to my H index. And so universities now employ people based on their H index. If you have H index of 1, you can only be employed as a senior lecturer. You have H index of 2, you are an associate professor. For you to be a professor in a digital transformed university, you must have a minimum of H index of 3. That is what digital transformation is doing. Then you go the way of repository in your university. How many of your documents are dropped there online? Then you want to publish. There are latest references. You go the way of Mendeley, which is a cross-reference platform. Kublum is the most serious of them all. That is being anchored by Web of Science. So if you think you have a particular number like 60 in Scopus, Kublum will drop it to like 30 or 40. so that you know you have not started at all. LinkedIn is popular for international collaboration. I have my Zoom ID, so you can click this and have meeting with me. Twitter is also there. We have been able to successfully talk on the first leg, and just 2-3 slides, we are done with the second and the third tripod. And that is the second tripodal mandate of any serious university is research. And so our research also has to go online. There are platforms to do that. African Journals Online, online survey design and data analysis. Do you know what, SAS and MA? It really does feel like a great achievement, knowing that you have found out something that no other student could find, so that you can say, Eureka, I found it. 7 up, I was down 6 times, but at the 7th time, I am up. And so as a university, we are the first by the people that attended that webinar. And there are no me men. Postgraduate research, consequences of COVID-19 and the lockdown, where we have the dean, the chairman of deans of postgraduate studies in Nigeria from the University of Ibadan. We have faculty from Covenant University, and of course, NUC was fully represented by the Director of Academic Planning, and then Professor Obo, a very vast individual. The program or the webinar was, the host was Professor Charity Aremu and our Dean, School of Postgraduate Study. So what are we saying? Conducting online seminars and webinars enable all students to engage in commenting and participating in questionnaire, and this can help them to stay alert. Finally, we talk of community services extension. And so we can do that also by creating online community. An online community is where a group of people stay connected online, submitting projects, discussing topics, or expressing ideas. Teacher can set a platform for students to communicate their ideas, suggestions, and subject-related queries for them to solve anytime. What are the key takeaways as we begin to round up? In a tech-savvy world, education can become easily outdated, as there is always something new happening. So, being digital is not optional any longer. Being digital is about putting customers at the heart of everything, especially our students. Being digital is about creating beautiful services. Being digital is not only about the technology. Being digital successfully needs the right people, like God's servant will say, and I'm trying to adapt it. No university grows without a people on the go. Remember, I started by thanking Landmark University community for joining this platform, because the honor of a king is indeed in the quality of his good people. Final words. Transformation is always challenging. You agree with me that it is quite hard to stop a well-known and comfortable approach and replace it with something new and unknown. True conditioning is required. Therefore, once again, digital transformation is rather a need than an option. You can start by taking small steps, like creating an e-learning platform and thereafter move to something more complex, like Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. Since we are talking of community services, I've just come up with my own corner that I tag Ojogbon. Thank God is Saturday Corner, OTC. I have it on Facebook, I have it on Instagram. And one of such is one I'm dropping with you now. Enjoy. Knowing plus doing is wisdom. The code is Numbers 10:29b. Come down with us and we will do the good, for the Lord has spoken good concerning us. Enjoy this short video clip as we round up. You don't know where you are going. Every other place will look like it. So, do it. Wisdom is knowing what to do. Doing it. Welcome to the new normal. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, my own Professor Adeni. I don't know how to approach this. I'm so overwhelmed. I got completely immersed in your presentation that it was like I was in a digital presence with you in Umuaron, yes, sitting here. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Thank you so very much, sir. We are very, very grateful. For the benefit of those that may not have listened from the beginning, I don't know how to do the summary of this one. I've tried to put it together here, but it's been something that's really, really excitingly difficult for me. But I know that I will only, make a trial. Prof started by introducing us straight to the digital world, using technology and making it directly related to what we were doing. He conducted an online survey right here in the room and took us straight into the difference between physical collation of materials and digital collation. There's no better way to teach than when you teach by example. Of course, he went on to explain to us how transformation needs to happen, which is far beyond just going online to teach. Digital transformation has to do with assets, it has to do with administrative management systems, it has to do with learning management systems, it has to do with virtual reality opportunities, even for students and teachers to learn. And it connected everything with the SDG4, which is access to quality education. And he explained to us that for any university or any institution of learning to transfer from analog to digital, certain areas need to be covered. And he called it the three tripodial areas, which he tried to explain in details, from learning opportunities, interactive learning, students present, even in education and even in examination scenarios, without being physically present, but represented by appropriate machineries and opportunities. He also went on to tell us how digital transformation is changing the way we even see and read. We gave an example of the one I really love is the flip book, the PDF flip book transformation, which makes you feel, even though you are reading a Kindle or a tablet, you actually feel as if you are interacting with the book because you can move the pages the same way you move physical pages. And went on to tell us about the way to solve the issue of submission of online examination processes, submission of assignment, using Turnitin and all the other tools that are available for engaging the students. And he showed us a research across two universities, one in Nigeria, one in Senegal, of course, the landmark in Nigeria, showing us the minimum requirements for engaging the students before they can be able to take part in examinations in terms of attendance, and how those attendances are digitally recorded, and across board, how all this put together can make the lecturer to transform from the chalkboard, the whiteboard, all the way to using digital facilities to teach and to carry out appropriate examinations and measuring of student performance. This shows us that there is no limit to what can be done in terms of transforming from analog world to the digital world. And I won't forget that phrase that he said that all the VCs on this platform are all digital VCs. They've moved from what things used to be. And you can see that is the true reality. And finally, he was able to convince us that the issue of fake lecturers, people who come up and just walk into universities with big CVs and fake certificates, can easily be handled by the digitalization of the presence of anyone online, because right from your email digital account, linkages can be made to all the claims that you need. So everyone can see you in your true self. You can't claim to be who you are not, which used to be the situation with the analog world. And finally, he talked about the creation of communities, the integration of how communities can contribute. And he didn't forget to talk about COVID-19 situation in itself. I almost left that out, where he showed us what the university was doing, both for the communities, the university the students and the people on campus, and as well, as preparing for the reentrance of the students, by installing appropriate protective measures, including non-pharmaceutical preventive methods that have already been introduced into the school, and the fact that the 500 level students are ready for their final exams, even having been taught online in the last 13 weeks. I think that in itself shows us that the concept of digital access is already fully embraced and fully operational as far as the Landmark University is concerned. And finally, before I stop, I would like to refer to the fact that more than almost 10 years ago, the new normal was already the paradigm shift for Landmark University. So they've been talking new normal for almost 10 years before the real new normal that we're all embracing came to play. And of course, that shows us that the future belongs to those with the vision to see it first. So they've come into this space even while others were still locked down in the old primordial system of teaching. Thank you very much, Prof. We really, really enjoyed every moment of this. It's like saving the best for the last, and truly, you have not disappointed us at all. We also thank everyone of your colleagues that have shown solidarity. It shows the kind of leadership that you have demonstrated over the time. Everyone was excited to be here just to listen to you, despite the fact that they've been interacting with you over the years and they know what you can do. But even your former colleagues and everyone stayed glued because they wanted to see the dimension that you are going to introduce this. And everyone says that the best way to teach is to teach by example. And you have taught every slide by example in the faces that we have seen, in the process that we have seen today. We're extremely excited and we can't wait to come to Muaron to come and have physical experience. Thank you, sir.
We're ready to do it.
You are welcome, sir. You are welcome to Muaron.
we are very grateful, sir. So I'll go on to quickly look at any question that we may want to ask you. I think the first one came from Professor Babatunde Adewumi, and he's asking, I think you actually did address it somehow, but he's asking that how have you been able to handle the issue of engineering practical in a digital learning environment that we're advocating for? So what would you have to say to that, sir?
Thank you, our moderator. And it's good that that question is coming from my own mentor, Professor Babatunde Adewumi. I'm an engineer, he's an engineer. The Vice Chancellor of ANCOR, Professor Abolaye, is an engineer. So you can understand why the engineering family, apart from the Landmark University, are also bombarding this summit. Having said that, before COVID-19, I remember in our own days too, there are what we call theory of practical, alternates to practical. I remember the history of those days where they will have done the experiment, but they will present to you in a way that if you are not sound about the experiment, that's one way to go in the teaching of engineering students. However, if you have enough bandwidth, like we have in Landmark University, 24/7, you can go the way of short video. And I know, if you notice, when I was mentioning the mode of lecture delivery, we have short video where experiments were performed by our technologists and shared to their platform. So it's as if there is what you call virtual presence. You know, it's different from downloading a video production from abroad. You already know your lab, engineering, and maybe fluid mechanics lab. You already know the equipment there. And here before you, online, with those same equipment are the technologies demonstrating to you that let's say you are doing cleaning of grains and you have the particle cleaning machine. You will be seeing how you can determine the terminal velocity, which is the velocity at which a particular grain or seed is suspended in the air. You will see here blowing that particular grain, and when the critical velocity is reached, then that particular seed may be lifted. And so that will help the student to know that when you want to clean this grain, you must have this volume or this quantity of air that will go in. Since Q is AV, area times velocity. And so I've started now. That is the way we communicate to engineering students. Imagine me teaching this in a lab. Behind me, you have some pictures. So instead of pictures, if you now have equipment, it's just a matter of owning it. The only thing we can argue is we don't have enough data to fill that, and that's why we do it in short clip. Experiments are done bit by bit. And so, whether we like it or not, we may not be able to have it 100%. But you will still agree with me, there are times, especially in conventional university, when there are too many students, some of them during practical classes, they are not even in the lab because the place may not be conducive for them. But now, it is you alone in your individual rooms and your lecturer. So there is no distraction. Honestly speaking, I'm falling in love with digital transformation. And I know as a nation and as a continent, we can do it. Remember the vision of Landmark University to restore the dignity of the Black race. David Oyedepo will always say, it doesn't have to be white to be right. No, there is dignity in being Black, and we can, and that's what African Young Brain is doing. And that's why what great leaders for great nations summit is all about. It's just to stir us up. You can see the passion. We can do it. We can. If they can, I can. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciated that. I think someone else has a question that, is there any monitoring mechanism to ensure that students are the real individuals sitting for digital tests online, since there are no direct supervision? How are we ensuring that there is no impersonation?
Thank you for that. with us in Landmark University. That's not a big deal. We've been doing our admission even online. Students have been writing CBT from home. It's even before COVID-19, pre-COVID, we have two methods. It's either you come physically to the university or we interact with you. There are ways to do that. Cameras are installed and there are the range that you can sit, that we can monitor. Do you know, as I am here now, if I want to be seeing all of us, of course I'm seeing us, and there is a range to do it. And the cameras are installed in such a way that we kind of group people that view them. So the issue of monitoring is not a big deal. It is if you have not done it before, let us just step out. It can be seriously monitored. There is nothing new under the heaven. What we need is the will. And when there is a will, there will always be a way.
Thank you very much, sir. I see a lot of other questions there. The new normal has indeed revealed the inequality in education in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa at large, particularly between private institutions and publicly owned institutions, and between students in the cities and those in rural areas. Is there any way that these inequalities can be bridged as quickly as possible?
I love that. I thought you will ask that will be eliminated. Go to SDG 10, Sustainable Development Goal 10, talk of reduce inequality. You can only reduce inequality. You can only try to bridge the gap. After all, our Lord Jesus said, the poor, you always
be with us.
And one of such poor is before you. You need to know where I came from now. Maybe you can even psyche me. From my profile, you will have seen that I came from an humble background. But you, like I said, where there is a will, there will always be a way. I'm the first professor in our family. But here we are today. So what we are trying to do, Landmark University took that into consideration. You will see me saying the platform at which we are operating or the e-learning thing was on Telegram. And I will say Landmark cannot use Zoom. Of course, management sat down. The chancellor also critique it, that how many of these students in the villages, because of the data that we consume, will be able to use Zoom. And so that is why we went the way of Telegram. And that's why we went the way of voice notes that does not consume data. You send page 1, you do a voice note of page 1, send page 2, do voice note of page 2, and so on and so forth. And so with that, the little data that they have, they can always use. But let's not now be more serious. Just like Professor Okebukola said, this same set of students, this same set of family are always facing book, or is it book facing Facebook? They are on Instagram, they are on Snapchat, they are on TOK. You know, I'm a social media individual. We know the platform, and we know the data that those one consume. Just like the story of Mary and Martha. Mary sat at the foot of the Lord, but Martha was cumbersome with many things. And Martha tried to justify what she was doing. Now say, Master Jesus, look at Mary, just sitting at your table and learning. Won't she come and join me? And Jesus said, and I quote, paraphrasing now, Olu Martha, 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 thou cumberest with many things. Digital transformation is what you need. Don't use this data for Facebook anyhow. Of course, you have to use it for Facebook because I put the link there. And that is why it is so painful that we will have seen almost 400. I know my Facebook family. I have a family on Facebook, and many of them have communicated me. But at the wee hour of coming in, then we have to change to another link. You know, it's not easy.
Sir, we will solve that problem. just give them the link to the YouTube, sir, so that they can go and watch it, sir.
That's digital transformation, sir. Even though they are missing it now, they can always go back to it. So
yes,
please don't just be too concerned. The people that we are saying is we are meeting them. It's a line upon line thing, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. The digital university will be thoroughly transformed.
Thank you, sir. I saw another one from Yinka Shomori. It's interesting to see the progress of LMU in digital learning, since online learning is essential in the new normal. What are your thoughts on leveraging the involvement of African researchers and academics in the diaspora in delivering and teaching research, teaching or research, and supporting learning in our universities?
Thank you, sir. Just like digital transformation is a need, it's not an option. Bringing those in the diaspora is a need, it's not an option. After all, the ranking of universities nowadays have some metrics. They want to know how many of your faculty and staff are from the international client. Are you just having national faculty? So if you don't have international presence, you're already losing a mark. Even if it is 2.5, there is a ratio. The template is there. It is a global template. So if you say you want to save money by not bringing those from the diaspora, then you are not ready. Look at the exploit Covenant University is making now. You can go and find out the number of people that are faculty in Covenant University, but that are based abroad. Most of our publications, we must go the way of collaboration. That is what we need. And so as a university, we have said it, the code is N1029B. Come down with us, and we are ready to do you good, for the Lord has spoken good concerning us. We cannot do without the people in the diaspora. After all, it's like Lion King, Kiara, and Kofu. They are us. Look into their faces. No matter what, Ilela Bosimioko. And so there is nothing they do out there. They must plow it back. And that is the best way to restore the dignity of the Black race.
Thank you very much, sir. We are just extremely grateful. I don't know how we can thank you for what you have done to the entire team. You've been with us from day one. You have guided us. You've been, a go-to person for the entire team. And your presentation today just sealed it up. Thank you, sir. We are extremely grateful. We really look forward to more collaborations in the future as we journey on this transformation of mindset of the people who believe in the analog physical space to those who need to embrace the digital transformation. We cannot but embrace it. Like you said, it's a requirement, it's not an option. And we all must just engage in the new normal. Thank you again, sir. And I want to use...
Before you go on, sir, please permit me to specially recognize this individual with us, Engineer Tony Egba.
Thank you, sir.
Initially is challenged, but
thank you very much, sir.
On this platform today, I'm happy.
Thank you very much, sir.
My senior in university, very challenged, but when it comes to professional thing, Egba is always there for us. How I wish enabled to also assist. But honestly speaking, we want to appreciate you. Professor Adewumi, I thank you, sir. Let me say this, sir, before you round up. And I love singing. Permit me 1 minute. It's in broad, not abroad. It's inside your Shokoto. What? Waiting you they look for in Shokoto. It's inside your Shokoto. It's in broad, not abroad. It's inside your Shokoto. It's in broad, not
Not
abroad.
abroad.
Inside your
Inside
show,
your shokoto.
slim broad, not abroad.
Not abroad.
Inside your shokoto. It is here in Nigeria. No Andrew must leave this country. We must do it together. Nigeria must be digitally transformed.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
I
Thank you, Prof.
sincerely
Thank you,
appreciate
Prof.
you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Tony Egba. Thank you, everyone who's been here. Thank you, professors who have been with us. Thank you. We're grateful. I think by now I would invite Femi to kindly come in at this point. I think we're going for the closing ceremony now. Femi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. I just don't know what to say. We are all excited, and I will like to thank so much for being able to have this presentation, Professor Adeniyi Olayanju. Thanks so much for your support. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the faith you have pumped into every one of us, the passion everyone can see. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And I pray God bless you in Jesus' name. I want to inform us that Professor Olayinka stepped aside just a few minutes now. He's the one that's supposed to give a closing remark, and he has directed that someone else should stand in for him. So I will invite Professor Adewumi to give the closing remark of this summit. Professor Adewumi is the current director,
Thank you.
Center for Entrepreneurship Study, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and is a lover of young people. You can see from the very first day till today, he has always been with us. And let me allow him to give the closing remark of this great leaders, great nation summit. Over to you, Professor Adewumi.
Thank you, sir. I hope you are hearing me now.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay. Well, I have to thank you for giving me the opportunity to give the remark. And of course, thank my Vice Chancellor, Professor Olayinka, for giving the opportunity to someone else because he's going out of the platform. Honestly speaking, it is clear that we can do it. All this inferiority complex should go. I strongly believe, and I say it again, I strongly believe in the black race. In the area of my specialization, well, it's in agricultural engineering, but my core research specialization is in cross-flow system and particle dynamics with respect to separation in agriculture. And I want to tell you, I have all my degrees in Nigeria, first and second from UI, and the PhD from Federal University of Technology, Akure. In my area, I make bold to say that the core specialists, we are not more than 4 worldwide, and I'm one of them. And I have all my education in Nigeria. And I want to assure the young people that we can do it only if we channel our mind towards it. There's nothing anybody can do that the other person can do once you are serious. I want to first of all appreciate this opportunity given to our young minds, because we are serving this way as mentors to them. You can see the presentation, even from the opening remark by our Kabiyesi. For your information, it is our Kabiyesi that do spraying of
Fumigation.
yes, using
Fumigation and sanitation of the cities.
using drone. Which other king in all our nation of you are doing that? And he did it in a highly intelligent manner. And if we are seeing that, it shows that we also have leaders who can do it. In the universities, we have those who can do it. Only we need to put the right peg in the right hole. And I want to assure our young minds that you don't need to run out of Nigeria thinking it can happen. It only takes that we are determined to make a change. And when we channel our mind, like we are talking now of technology, most of them are from outside. We can be thinking now of having a technology base that we ourselves can also manufacture in the very near future that will make the cost to become lower. So I am appealing to our young people because I believe this platform is actually to mentor and encourage young people.
Very
If you
correct,
see
sir.
if you see the level of presentation, you will see all through to Professor Kobukola after Kabiyesi spoke to our fellow VC, Professor Olayinka, and throughout you can see that we are all Nigerians. And once you see us doing it, it means you too can do it. So you don't need to have any inferiority complex. You only need to believe you can do it and channel your mind positively to do it. Once you start that, you have started a good pedestrian. And I'm seeing all of you here, these young minds, contributing greatly to the development of Nigeria and Africa. Thank you. I think I just have to stop here. But I must commend our moderator. He has done a very, very good job. And all the presenters have done excellently. And even today, Professor Afolayan and Professor Olayan Jojogbon, you have all tried. I bow. God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir.
But now
Thank you.
can I go ahead?
Yes, Femi, please go ahead and give your vote of thanks.
I don't know where to start. I just don't know where to start. I think in everything we do, we should give thanks and praises to God. Because without God, we are nothing. And when God is with you, every other person will definitely be with you. This is what we can all see now, and which we are able to share as testimony that God is God. It should be exalted. It should be praised. It should be given room in our hearts, in our lives, in everything we do. And I pray every one of us will do that on a daily basis. I appreciate His Royal Majesty, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adegeye Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II. You understand, for anyone to bring Oni to a platform, it is not an easy task. But the truth is that there is no one that God cannot bring out for His own glory, for the training of the young ones, for making a community to be better, for making Africa to be the best. And He supported us. He stayed throughout. In fact, when many logged out, Oni stayed till we are about 5 or 6 of us left on that day. I appreciate Professor Peter Okebukola, who gave the keynote address. We learned a lot from him, and he emphasized to us that we can do it, that education in Africa, in Nigeria to be specific, is something that we all must collaborate and do. I thank Professor Edowu Olayenka, the Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan. I appreciate him because within a short notice, he accepted to be part of this summit. And he gave all in terms of attention, in terms of response. You can't believe it. Anytime I send a message to him, within few minutes, he will respond. Thank you so much. I know you may not be on the platform now, but the fact is that you have done excellently well. I appreciate Professor Bayo Okunwola for his support. He gave all to ensuring that he made his presentation from the UK. Thank you. God bless you. To my pastor, Professor Joseph Afolayan, you have always been there. I appreciate you. God will bless you. God will lift you up the more. And we know that God has placed you where you are now. He has a better and better thing to do when you have laid solid foundation of Anchor University. I thank Professor Adeniyi Olayanju. I can call you confidently that we are friends now.
Then why?
I can say it that we are together.
Yes, sir.
African Young Brain and you, more or less, we are the same. Thanks so much for the presentation. I appreciate all that you have done, right from the beginning to this very moment. And all other professors, Professor Adewumi has been wonderful. I will want us to specially thank Professor Batude Adewumi. He supported, he ensured that we remain calm and that we are active on this platform from the beginning to today. Thank you so much. God in heaven will back you up, will support you, will lift you up.
Amen.
And the Lord will give unto you long life, satisfy you with long life.
Amen.
I thank
Amen.
those
Amen.
people that are on this platform that probably are supposed to mention your name, but have not been able to mention your name. Moderator, thanks so much for all that you have done. It is very, very clear that when you have desire for the young one to succeed, you will definitely hit the fruits of your labor. My prayer is that you will hit the fruits that you have sown in me,
Amen.
in my tomorrow.
Amen.
And the Lord will
Amen.
bless you abundantly.
Amen.
I want to
Amen.
especially thank my team, African Young Brain team. You have been exceptional. You have put in the very best. You have tried all. And here we are, ending this Great Leaders, Great Nations Summit. Yes, we have other programs ahead of us. I appreciate the media. The Secretariat has been very fantastic, night and day, to ensuring that we have this summit a huge success. So I thank you so much. And for my family, all of you that you are on the platform, I cited one of my students, Dr. Lanre Oladejo. I don't know whether he's still there. Thank you for joining this platform.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That's very, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, and the Lord will bless you greatly. So if you want to know more about us, I believe that you can check the chat room for details about African Young Brain. So once again, I appreciate all of you. If you are there, I have not mentioned your name, just know that not only me, entire team of African Young Brain, we appreciate you. And we want you to do one thing for us. Check our YouTube, African Young Brain. You can listen, watch all this again and again, and
subscribe.
And tell your children, instead of them to be associated with other organizations that are not having serious impacts on them and their future, here is opportunity for you to share what we are doing with
We are
them,
there already.
and then ensuring that they are part of African Young Brain. What we believe is that regularly, in fact, this event summit is quarterly we are having this summit, and we want all our young people, young professionals, young leaders to be part of us. Thank you so much. I am very, very grateful. God will bless you, and God will bless you, and God will bless you. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Keep it up.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
We
sir.
appreciate you,
All the
sir.
professors
Thank you,
in
sir.
the house. Thank you. Thank you. And all the members of the AYB team, thank you so much. Great job. I know we pushed you so hard,
much.
but I'm sure it was worth the trouble.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. We are grateful for being part of this program.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone from across the nation. We appreciate you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Professor Flyer. We appreciate you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
To Professor Online once again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you.
Professor Bikunle.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Professor
salute,
Bikule.
sir.
We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
We're
sir.
grateful.
We are grateful.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir.
That is informal. And that's why I talked to the office there. I'm just excited, sir. And I want to welcome all participants. This is